Hello everyone, welcome back for another Farmhouse Spring DIY video. I have put together for you today 3 Farmhouse Spring DIYs. And with that being said, we're going to roll right into the first DIY. What you're looking at here is I have these little crates. I already went in and I gave them a good coat of Waverly Antique Wax. There's 4 in total. I let them dry. Now I'm going in with some Rust-Oleum in the clean linen, and I'm just doing a dry brush on all 4 of the crates. Okay, and this here board, this palette board, I had used it in a different project, and I thought, okay, this will be perfect for this. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go in with some hot glue, and I'm going to be attaching all 4 of these little crates to this palette board. And I'm just going to be putting them in one on each one of the little strips of wood, but in different, directions. Spacing them out here. When I got the inspiration for this, I thought, okay, this is going to be an Easter present for my mother. And I don't know if she'll be watching this, but, well, Mom, here's what you're getting for Easter. And then I'm going to go in with this floral foam that I purchased at the Dollar Tree. I will be going in and just adding one little block inside each one of the palettes. As you can see, I didn't paint the inside of the palettes, or I didn't stain them, because I ran out of my antique wax. And I did not have any brown acrylic paint. I can mix it with water to make a stain. So I just had to go with what I had. And you're looking at some hydrangeas from, I can't pronounce that, hydrangeas from the Dollar Tree. And I'm just going in and I'm filling each one of these little crates with, putting them in the foam. Taking about 4 for each one of the crates. I just love these flowers. And I do think they are one of my mom's favorite flowers, so that works out really well. She sort of has the farmhouse decor going on in her home too, and I thought this would be perfect for her. I just repeated the same process for all 4 crates. Here's the finished project. I think it turned out just beautiful. I love the color of the flowers. I love the little crates. And I think it's totally farmhouse looking. Let me know what you think in the comments if you don't mind. We're going to go on to DIY number 2. Okay, here is the sign that I had from the fall, which I didn't use. I'm going in and I'm just taking off the extra stuff on the front. I'll be going in and I'll be cutting off the jute twine hanger from it. Or no, actually I just pull them off. Then I take my scissors, because there was a few staples in there, that they just didn't want to come out for me. So I had to go in and pry them out, which was fine. And there's one last one I have to get out. Okay, now I'm going to be going in with Rust-Oleum and Clean Linen. And I'm just going to be giving this one coat of paint, not completely covering it. I'm going to be doing a distressed look on this project. Okay, now what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to go in with some elephant chalk paint. And I'm giving this a good distressing. I got a little bit heavy-handed there, as usual, but, you know, it all works out. Most of it's going to be covered anyway, so I think it looks pretty decent. Okay, I have a placemat that came from the Dollar Tree. And I love the mason jars, and I thought there has to be something I can do with these. So what I'm doing here is I'm just going in and I'm just cutting out the mason jar part. I'm not going to cut the greenery out. And I'm going to be doing that to all three of the mason jars. I actually lost a little bit of my film, my footage, but I glued them with hot glue down to this board, and you will see it. Okay, and I'm taking actual greenery, and I'm going to be adding them to the tops of these little jars. And I left a little part open in the top where I could actually stick some florals or some greenery down into each one of them. Then I'm going to go up here to the top. I'm using boxwood. I used that one on the bottom as well. And just gluing it in there. And I think it turns out so cute. Then I just take a little bit of nautical rope and I just make a hanger for it. And then I cover the back of it with brown paper so it'll be a finished project. And here it is, guys. I think it turned out adorable. Like I said, when I seen the mason jars, I knew there was a project I could do with that, even if it came from a placemat. DIY number 3. Okay, I have a wood round that I purchased from Menards, and I already went in and I taped it off. And I'm going to be going in with my Waverly Antique Wax, and I'm just going to give it a good coat all over the sections at the top and the bottom. I'll be going around the sides as well. This is when I realized, I was running out of antique wax, and I'm like, oh no, I have to make it work. And I'm going in and I'm just wiping off the excess here. And usually I would have been using a baby wipe to apply this, but I did not have any on hand. And I will be going down to the bottom and repeating the same process as I did at the top. Just giving it a good coat. And once again, this is still like my favorite project. Not project. Oh, my favorite product by Waverly. Going around the edges here. Trying to make sure they're all covered up as best as I can. And I'll be going in and wiping off the excess on this one as well. And then after that dried, the next step I will be removing the tape, which is so fun to see if I got my lines clean or not. Oh, I love it. And I did a pretty good job on that one. Like, I think this is my second time ever making a wood round. And then what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go in and I'm going to tape off the stained part. And I was having a little bit of trouble because I didn't even, I should have just ripped the tape and laid it across. But I was just pulling on it too hard, then I realized what I was doing. And so I'm just lining it up there, trying to get it all covered. And then I do the same at the top. I actually had to use my scissors because I didn't want to stay down. Okay, then I'm going to be going in, repeating the process for the bottom part of the round here. And once again, I keep saying this, and I'm so sorry, but I lost the footage because I have this little galvanized sign that says family that I had from another project, and I went in and I painted it with some Arteza brown paint, and I added it to this piece, but for somehow I don't have any idea where that footage went to. I have no idea, but you'll see it in the final reveal. And then what I'm going to be doing now is I have these florals from the Dollar Tree, and I just love this peach color. I'm so addicted to this. But I take like 4 pieces, and then I'll take a total of 8, But I'm making like a smaller size swag, I guess you would say. And I'm holding them together. And I've just taken some jute twine, wrapping it around several times. And then I'll be cutting that off and gluing the end down to hold them together. And here's the final project. Okay, I went in and I added a burlap in the color, it's a greenish blue. And I think that turned out beautiful. It's the perfect color with the orange flowers. I hope you all like it too. Please leave a comment below and let me know which one of these was your favorite project. And I want to thank you for stopping by, and please hit the subscribe and that post notification bell and a thumbs up if you don't mind. You all have a blessed and wonderful day.